Yes. Check. Hello. Testing. Hi everyone. Welcome to the stream. Welcome to Jet and Airways. But it's not about Jet and Airways today, of course. It's about my career. This is the third day of my career. If you've been following the series, the first day we did a walk around the Airliner, the new RJ100. The second day we did an orientation in the cockpit where we went through the manual, the official manual that's prepared by real live RJ pilots. We went through the cold and dark startup with that. Quite a long video because we're actually following the manual word for word. So if you like to be accurate with your cold and dark startups, go back to my other video, the one before this, where we go through the actual startup. But today is very exciting. It is my graduation. Yes, after today I'm going to be able to get a job for an airline. Okay, I don't know which airline I'm going to end up working for, but I'm going to make some inquiries and maybe I get some job offers because I'll be qualified in the RJ100. So today is the day I need to go for my graduation flight, and I have chosen KLAX to KSAM because I know it so well. I've flown it so many times in my other profile for Jet and Airways. But today we are doing this graduation flight, and after that we can, if we do a good job and pass, of course, we can get a job for an airliner. Maybe look for an airliner that flies the RJ100s. So once I've done quite a few hours and quite a few flights in the RJ100, maybe I can apply and move up to a 737, a 700 or an 800 maybe. But my goal is to actually work my way up to either a 747 or a 777 with my airliner career. Now, this is not the official career in Flight Sim 24, of course. You can create a career for yourself in any flight simulator. The one in Flight Sim 24 is pretty dumbed down anyway. It's more or less just for gamers or kids or gamers who want to have fun playing airline pilot, which is fine. But I prefer to create my own flight simulator airliner career, and of course you can do that with any simulator. Don't need to have Flight Sim 24 for that. It is beautiful here this morning at KLAX, and of course the plane is in turnaround mode because that's the way it always is when you're in an airline, when you're an airline pilot. I think they're boarding or something, but the music is definitely quite loud. I think I can control this music actually. I think I can control this music. If I come back, g'day Phil, how's it going today? If I go back into the cabin here before the passengers come on board and come up here, I can actually control the sound and the volume on here. I should be able to bring that volume right down. There we go, it's coming down a bit now. I don't mind a bit of music playing when the passengers are coming on. You can change the tunes, the stations, and of course you can load into the system your own music as well, some of your own favorite tunes, so that's pretty cool. But this is an amazing plane, guys. Look, you can use everything. You can use the phone and do announcements or something. It is just incredible what you can do in this RJ100 by Just Flight. It is the best simulated aircraft in the game, in my opinion anyway. But let's go back into the cabin and we can start our boarding, and we're in turnaround mode, so we have quite a few things to do. But what I think I will do is I will start the APU. They've got it sort of set up ready for the APU to get underway, but I'm going to get it started because it will help generate power for the air condition, I'm going to have for the packs, we only need one pack on, APU pack on. If we're on ground power, but by having the APU on, it gives it a bit of a boost and a bit of support, so it's easier to manage, and it actually it's more efficient, gets more power out through if you have both going, apparently. So we've got one pack turned on and the APU turned on there. Now let's just check. I'll check that we are. Oh, we are actually live, so that is good. It is actually working. Okay, so like I said, we are in turnaround mode. So I think one of the first things we need to do is to get our fuel organized. Zero fuel weight, 3,000. Going to put in 3,500. Passengers, we're going to have. I'm going to put 100 in just for this exercise, but actually, we don't actually have passengers on board because this is my career mode, sort of graduation flight, really. So I'll put 3,500 in the zero fuel weight. Total fuel weight, I'm going to put 4,300. Okay, start refueling. And we're going to start boarding the passengers. So there's still a lot of things I need to learn, guys. Just because I'm going to start flying for the airline in this RJ100 doesn't mean to say I know everything, of course. It is just a fun thing to do, okay? It's just a thing of interest. Gives you flying a bit of purpose and a bit of meaning, so I'm just having some fun. Just like the career mode in 24. So I'm making my own career mode, starting in a lesser plane and hopefully working my way up to a 777 or a 747. Now if we go in here, fuel time, refueling is at 9%, so we've got a little way to go before we're fully fueled. The boarding is complete already, so that was a bit fast. That doesn't seem very realistic, and it's probably because the way I have things in the settings, to be honest. That's probably what's happening there. Right, so I'm going to come down here and I'm going to put the flight plan into my FMC, and we're doing a very simple basic little flight plan for my graduation. I picked one that is very, very easy for me, just for my graduation. But once I've passed today, which I'm confident I will, I've got to do a good flight and I've got to do a good landing. If I pass my graduation today, we'll be flying for an airline, and I'm not sure where it'll be. It'll be somewhere around the world. We'll be flying for a small regional airline, and we'll be probably flying the RJ100. So looking forward to that. Let's hope we do a good flight today. Okay, so correct. Here we are. Here's our coordinates here. Because it's in turnaround mode, I think the IRS has already knows where we are. So we are at KLAX. Going to put our flight plan in here. KLAX. And we're going to KSAN, KSAN. And we are in graduation. Let's put G100 just for our graduation flight. Okay, it's all just an exercise today to see how we go. So we're going to hit depart and arrive. We're departing KLAX out through runway 25 right, flick over to the next page. 25 right, 25 right. Here we go, and we are flying out today. Our departure is out through Panda 2. So let's have a look for our standard increment departure. There we go, Panda 2. So that's in. We'll go back to depart and arrive. We're arriving at San Diego, ILS 09Y, ILS Y09, so we'll put that in, and our standard arrival is through Barrett 5. There's Barrett's 5 there, so we'll put that in. We'll go to route, we'll hit activate, execute, and we go to performance in it, reserves, we'll put 2. Zero fuel weight, I'm not sure, it doesn't sort of calculate it automatically like the Boeing 737s do, which is what I'm used to. We're going to cruise at 12,500 feet. It's a very short hop down the coast. Execute. Now we go to legs. Let's have a look. We're going to fly out through Docker, Wheeler, Chafe, PV, Tan, and then let's go back here. Docker, Chafe, PV, Tan, and then Nice, Panda, and then Sarges. So we need to put Sarges up into there, and then we're going straight into the runway, runway 09, so we'll click that, and we'll put that in after Sarges, and that will be our flight plan, all done and dusted, nice and simple and easy for our graduation. I don't want something too complicated today, but we will get a little bit more complicated later maybe. So our flight plan is in there. So let's come down here and we'll put this onto plan, and we should be able to see our flight plan on the screen here, and we can step through the waypoints, very much like a Boeing and other planes. This RJ, that's why I like it so much, really enjoying it. It's different, it's unique, but does have its similarities, which it makes it easy to transition over if you're used to flying Boeings before. So I feel right at home with a lot of the systems and the way it works here. Okay, so that is our plan, all done and dusted. We are running on our APU. Let's have a look outside. There we are, the back flares have opened up a little bit. So we are running on our APU. Let's have a look and see how our passengers, our fuel is going. Fuel, refueling 73%, so we've still got a little way to go with our fuel there. But there's a couple of other things we can do. Let's go down here. We can put on our anti-ice, fasten seatbelt signs, flight deck emergency lights can go on. What else can we do? Oh yeah, we can put on our beacons, because we're going to be starting up very soon. Let's set our land altitude at 100 feet, and we need to make sure we've got our ear and everything on. We've got our animal ear on here for our little storage compartment where we keep all our pets, and animals that are travelling. We're going to set this round to V1. Set some temperature here, outside temperature. For some reason, I haven't quite got that figured out yet. We may have to come back to that. One. But down here, we're going to set this around to standby. Put that on standby. And we're going to do another test on our systems here. The MWS systems, we're going to do a bit of a check on those. Everything lights up and is working, so that is good, and we'll turn those off. Doesn't this plane look stunning? I just love the way this plane looks, always have. Just nice, really nice. I'm excited to see which airline we fly for. A regional airline, it will be an ATR airline, an airline that runs the ATRs, hopefully the 100s, 100 version, my favourite version. But first we've got to complete this graduation flight and try and do a really good job of it. We'll just check our oxygen here. That is all good. Right, how's our fuel? How is our fuel? Refueling is complete, so that is good. My co-pilot has been looking after all the communications. There's our fuel there. So we do have clearance. The passengers are in and on board. So I'm going to go ahead and close this door. And I'm going to lock that. And I think I can come over here and make sure everyone is sitting down and strapped in for takeoff. Running on APU, I can release the ground power now.
Cabin is secure for departure.
Right, so if we come over here, we can turn on our flight directors and our LNAV, and we're going to climb out. Now these planes are not famous for their climb out abilities. They're not like a little 737-600 that takes off to the moon like a rocket. These are very slow and gentle and subdued sort of climb out, these planes. So you just need to realize that and just don't over push it, okay? We're going to go up to 8,500 feet initially. Right, we'll set this up and we'll hit the D for that and release our gyro there. We can release our chocks, and I think we can go ahead and apply for pushback. Okay. For some reason the pushback tug is not moving. I wonder if because he's jammed in that pillar for the stairs there. I'm not sure. It is a weird and wonderful thing. But we are running on our APU. We do have our brakes off. Are our brakes off? Yes. We are moving back now. Although I can't see the tug. Is the tug pushing us? I'm not sure. I can't see a tug there. My normal pushback button wasn't moving. I think the tug is stuck on that pillar there. A bit of a glitch there, I think, with that one. So let's go ahead and turn on all our fuel pumps and we'll get some engine started here. Turn on our master, flick this around to engine 4 and we'll get that one underway. I like the way the power surge sort of dims all the lights. It's quite immersive, quite effective the way they do that. This is just an incredibly simulated plane, this one. It really is. If you have a look at my last video where we did the startup according to the manual, it was huge. It was a huge video actually. It went way too long, but I just went through it. Okay, let's stop our pushback there and we'll put our park brake on. And we'll watch the N1, N2 coming up here as our engine fires up. Looking awesome. Look how bright the landing lights are. Look at that. Whoa, they are bright, aren't they? They are incredible. Just beautiful. Okay, let's go to engine number 2. Engine number 3. We go 3, 4, 2, 1. So engine number 3. Let's fire that up. The lights are dimmed again as all the power gets diverted to turning over the engine. Probably should have our packs turned off while we're starting the engines here. We got Alan here, the co-pilot today. G'day mate, how's it going? Thanks for handling all the clearance control, the communications for me today. All the air traffic control, clearances. Okay, so 2 engines coming up there now. We're going to do an ILS approach today because that's part of the qualifying test. Part of my graduation, I need to do an ILS approach, so we will be doing an ILS approach into San Diego. Right, let's go around to engine number 2. Again, the lights are dimmed as all the power gets diverted to firing up these wonderful engines. Cobham Airlines. Now I think they've just leased this. This is a leased plane. I have it just for my graduation flight today. It won't be the airline that I'm flying for. I'll be flying for a real virtual airline. Once I pass my graduation today, I'll officially be an airline pilot, cleared to fly the RJ100 for an airline. So not sure which airline we will end up with. Could be Jet-In Airlines, but it won't be Jet-In because we don't have RJs. So it'll be another airline. Maybe when I move up to the 737s, I can start flying this profile with the Jet-In Airway virtual airlines. Okay, so let's go up to engine number 1 now. I'll fire that one up. While I'm here, I will turn on that anti-ice there. See the N1 coming up there when it reaches around 20%. We can come on down and flick on the fuel supply, power up that engine. There we go, that's engine number 1. All 4 engines are up and away. Right, so let's come down here and we will turn on our generator 1, generator 2, turn on our 5 ice protection switches. We can now turn our packs on. Everything else is looking sweet, all our handles are straight. So we can go ahead and turn our engine switch off, our start master off, APU generator can come off, emergency, runway turn off lights, emergency exit lights are on, fasten seatbelt signs are on, and according to Alan, we are all cleared for taxi. Thank you, Alan. That is awesome. Okay, so flaps down 18. There we go, confirm. Right, and let's taxi out to the active. Park brakes are off. I've been spending a lot of time on this RJ100. I tell you, I love it to bits. It is a fantastically simulated plane. One of the best in the simulator. Doesn't matter whether you're flying it in 2020 or 24. It is always the same. It is brilliant. So I'm going to be flying this one for a while, guys. So we'll do a nice slow steady little taxi. Make sure our taxi lights are on. Taxi lights are part of the landing lights switches there. Try not to taxi too fast. United Airlines, there's some beautiful airlines and liveries at the at KLAX today. We'll see those as we come down here. I think these are Alaska Airlines down here. Beautiful morning here at Los Angeles today. There's some more United Airlines, American Airlines over there. Looks like a CRJ over there. A couple of CRJs. Some more, quite a few United Airlines. It's going to be quite exciting to see what airline I start flying for after this flight today. It won't be Jet and Airways. My other profile is all Jet and Airways because Jet and Airways don't run the RJ100s. So it'll be another little virtual airline that I'll be flying for. But I've got to do a good flight today. It's got to be a successful flight without a hitch. I've got to do an ILS approach and a nice landing. So the pressure's on today for my graduation in this career mode to be an airline pilot. Work my way up to the 747s or the 777s. Work my way up to the PMDG 777s. It's going to be fun, guys, so just follow along. Just follow along in your favorite plane as well, if you wish. So here we are. We've got quite a few planes down here. I think these are Alaska Airlines. Look at these Alaska Airlines all lined up there. There's China Eastern over there. China Eastern. Might have flown on that airline actually. I flew on China Airlines once. There's all the Alaska Airlines. I think they're all 737s lined up over there. Don't they look beautiful? We might go over and have a look at them. Check them out, why not? Just park up at the hold short so we can go through our tests, our checks before we depart KLAX. There we go. Put on our park brake. Doesn't that look fantastic? Let's check out these 737s over here. This looks like a 737-900 maybe. Alaska Airlines. Beautiful, eh? There's another 900 maybe. Does it say on the plane? Let's have a look. Does it say it's a 900? Not quite that higher fidelity when you get close to them. I think this one at the end's probably a little 800. Maybe a 700 or an 800, that one. And over here we have the China Eastern Airlines. That looks like a big 777. Or is that a 787? I think it's a 777. Okay, we've got a job to do, guys. We're on our graduation flight on this career mode to be an airline pilot. We've got to do a good flight in the RJ to become a RJ airline pilot for a virtual airline somewhere. So we are heading down to San Diego. I picked a really nice easy flight plan that I'm used to, so there's less chance of something going wrong and and failing my graduation test. Okay, let's taxi lights are on. The TCAS. Let's check that. We need to put that round to Tara. There we go. Okay, auto throttle can go on. Flight director's on. LNAV is on. We'll set our vertical speed once we are off the ground. Climb out 199 knots, and we're heading up to 8,500 feet that we've been cleared to initially. So let's go ahead and release our park brakes and head out onto the active. You okay there, Alan? You're happy with everything? Yep, all checked. All double checked. We have clearance, so we are good to go. Nothing coming in there, nothing on the runway. We are looking sweet. Now I want you to have a listen to the sounds on this plane because they just rattle you. They rattle your teeth out, guys, I tell you. The sounds are just incredible. This plane does everything it's supposed to do. Not like the first PMGG 737 that came out. We had to have update and then update and then update. This does everything it's supposed to do from day one. Okay, let's have a listen to these sounds. Let's go, guys. Here we are. Throttle up. Toga. Oh my giddy. Oh yeah. Okay, we're at 700 feet. Autopilot engaged. And we will set the vertical speed 1900, reasonably gentle as we climb out. So let's check. Flight directors on, auto throttle on, altitude set, autopilot on. And we're going to come down here and we're going to set this around to map so we can see our flight plan a little better. And we've made our first turn already and we're heading towards Sheriff. Coming through 3,000 feet and we're at our airspeed 199 knots. Can take those landing lights off. Flaps up. Didn't start the clock, should have done that on the runway. I'll lose a few points in my graduation for that, I guess. Okay, let's come up here. Beacon lights can go off, strobe lights off, navigation lights on. Altitude for the landing altitude for the airport. I didn't check what it was, but I'll just set that around there. Right, so we're turning around to head down towards San Diego. Here we are, here's our map, where we are on the world. Looks awesome. Now, what I really like about this, guys, have a look at this. We go to map mode. And if you go to map mode, there we go. There's Los Angeles. Every street and road in Los Angeles is on this map. It is impossible to get lost. Impossible to get lost. Isn't that awesome? I wish the PMDG 737s had maps like that. I think they do if you have the charts, if you have all the charts, but there we are. Okay, so I'm going to take my speed up a little now. I'm going to go up to 240. Altitude, we're going to go up to 12,500 feet. It's a very short flight today. A very short flight. So I think that will do us a very gentle climb out as we head towards our next waypoint, which is PV, next waypoint there. Beautiful wing views as we come down the coast. Lovely. Okay, so let's check. We are at 12,400 feet, almost at our targeted altitude. So easy to fly this plane. Even if I turn the autopilot off, I could just fly it like a Cessna. It just handles beautifully. Very, very stable and steady aircraft, I have to say. If you've flown Boeings and the 737s and Airbuses and all that, this one is just so simple, similar in many ways due to the autopilot flight controls here, and the FMC is very much like the Boeings or the Airbuses. So very easy to get your head around, guys. Very easy. Okay, so part of my graduation today, I need to do a ILS approach, an ILS landing. So we better get ready to land at San Diego. Otherwise, I'm not going to pass my graduation, am I? So let's bring up my flight plan on my other screen here. Okay. Right, so let's set up our ILS approach. Now you do that up here, of course. So our ILS approach frequency is 11155. So let's set that up in here. 11155. 1155. I'll switch that up to the active. I'll do the same over the side. 11155. There we go. Switch that up to the active. And in our course here, I will put the runway heading of 95 degrees. So I'll put that in there. 95. There we go. And the same on the other side. 95. That's good, and we are all set up for our ILS approach. As easy as that, guys. Easy peasy lemon squeezy. Right, let's have a look where we are. Let me know how the volumes are, guys. If you can hear me okay, just put it in the comments there. Hopefully I've set the stream up properly so you can actually make a comment and I can see it. So I'd be very keen to get some feedback. If you wouldn't mind, nice to have you on board, and welcome to the stream, welcome to the channel, Jet and Airways. But like I said, this stream is not about Jet and Airways, it's about me in a career mode profile, trying to be an airline pilot. This is my graduation flight in the RJ100. And if I pass this and do a nice flight and a nice ILS approach and a good landing, I am qualified and rated. I can now fly for a virtual airline, an RJ100. If I find an airline I can fly for, and I'll start my career as an airline pilot. Hopefully work my way up to the 737s, 800s, 900s, up to the Boeing 747s or the 777s for Jet and Airways. That would be great. But in this profile, I'm working my way up slowly, starting off in the RJ100. It's my own little personal career mode that I've set up. And Flight Sim 2020, or Flight Simulator Classic, I call it. And I'll explain that a little bit later on. Heading down the coast there towards San Diego, looking absolutely gorgeous. Unbelievably good, this the RJ100 for a simulator. If you love study level planes, I mean every switch, or even all these little buttons up here, look, every little thing actually clickable and works. There is nothing here that's inoperative, okay? Every little switch works. It is just fantastic. Okay, so we are turning around now as we head down the coast towards San Diego. It was our last waypoint for a while. So have a look on the VNAP here where we are. We are going to start coming down very, very slowly because we will probably be there very, very soon. Does not take long to get down to San Diego. We'll have a nice slow descent. As we come down here, drop our speed down a little bit as well. Now we don't really have any passengers or much of a cabin crew because, like I said, this is a dummy flight for a dummy with a dummy. For my graduation in the profile as an airline pilot. So we have simulated passengers in here. We have simulated passengers. We have 105 passengers simulated. But in reality, I don't have real passengers on board, which may be just as well, since this is my first day on the job. Well, not as a real pilot. First day on the job, graduating and getting my rating for the RJ100. Doesn't mean to say I know everything. As I continue my career, I will continue my study. So I'll slowly learn more and more about the systems and the correct way to do things. It's just a casual, fun thing I've got going, guys. So I'm not too full on, too hard out. Just like Flight Sim 24, it is dumbed down quite a bit, the career mode in there. So it's just for us to have fun, really. That's all we're doing. We're giving ourselves a little bit of a purpose, a little bit of meaning to our flight, a few little personal goals to enjoy as we move along in a career mode. You can set a career mode up in any flight simulator, of course. X-Plane 2020 or 24. This one is in 2024. Just use your imagination, get a bit creative, set up your own career mode. It is easy. Okay, so we're coming down through 8,000 now. I love the way this is sort of quite a retro sort of a thing. It's not a full glass cockpit. You have got a few round gauges and dials and things here to look at and to monitor and gauge. I really like that. It's sort of, it's not all a big square glass cockpit. It's quite fun. I like it a little bit retro. The shape is certainly retro. So really enjoying that. Let's have a look on our map. How far have we got to go? We're coming down the coast towards San Diego. There's San Diego right there. Plenty of time to drop down in our speed, altitude, so there's no rush there really. We're going to come down to 4,000. Bring that down to 3. Our speed is down. Okay. Our speed will bleed off quite a lot once we get down to our set altitude there. But how are you guys going? How are you enjoying? Are you still in Flight Sim 2020 like me, having a ball? Or are you trading up to Flight Sim 24? Let me know in the comments. Let me know what you think. I am enjoying Flight Sim 2020 so much, I do not feel the need to go over to 24 in any way whatsoever. I've got my own career mode going. I've got all my favourite Boeing and PMDG, all my favourite planes, and the sim is working perfectly for me. I'm not a big guy when it comes to doing missions and challenges. It's probably more for the gamers, the people who want to play. And I'm an airline guy, so I travel at 10,000 feet minimum, so I'm not really into the waving grass and the trees and the corn growing in the fields. Yeah, I'm not a bells and whistles and a lollies, eye candy kind of person. I just like beautiful aircraft, a nice smooth flying experience. Got to have a nice airport and beautiful looking skies and clouds, and we've got all that in Flight Sim 2020. So you know what they say, if it ain't broke, don't fix it. So I'm having a ball in 2020. Maybe another year I might have a look at Flight Sim 24, but at the moment I do not feel the need at all. There is nothing in Flight Sim 24 that really blows my skirt up, really. I'm quite happy where I am. So don't feel pressure, don't feel you need to change over, guys. If you're enjoying 2020, keep your money in your bank and just enjoy it, okay? Because there's not a big revolutionary size difference. I mean, when we went from Flight Sim X, FSX, to 2020, it was revolutionary. It was just biblical. But to go from 2020 to 24, there's only a few extras. It's not revolutionarily different, okay? It's basically an upgrade, okay? And if you don't use those upgrades, like the missions and the career modes and all the 40 extra planes that you are never going to fly, if you don't need all that stuff, just keep enjoying 2020. That's the way I look at it. I've probably only used 2020 to 20% of its full potential, to be honest with you. Right, let's have a look at our map, see where we're going. Coming up towards San Diego now. Still no any real need to slow down much. Probably can start to slow down a little bit because it will take us a little bit of time, although I've got that set down to 80. I need to have it a bit higher than that. Need to set our speed at, say, ooh, let's set it at 160 for now as we come down to our finals. Are we coming down? We're not really coming down much. It's not slowing down much, but that's fine. I might put some flaps down. Peter, nice to see your stream. I'm not going to get 24, sticking with 2020. Too many problems with 24. Well, some people, my friend Malky, he says it works fine, but there are a lot of people having problems, Peter. I agree. I think when I get it, maybe 1 year later, all the problems will be ironed out, all the little bugs, and it will run smoothly and easily on any machine. But you know, like 2020 when it first came out, there were a lot of issues, so just take your time, let them work on all those issues, and just keep enjoying 2020. Give them 6 months at least 6 months, maybe a year, and everything will be sweet. And maybe I'll get it then, transfer all my favorite planes over to 24. But there's certainly no rush in my book. No rush at all. And what's the difference anyway? I mean, you could look at me here in this, you could look at me flying here in this beautiful study level plane at 20,000 feet. You'd probably have to ask me the question, is that 2020 or 24? Because you would struggle to see the difference. You really would. Hey, what do you think, Alan? You agree with me? Yeah? Yep, he agrees with me. You would struggle to see the difference at 10 or 20,000 feet. You would probably have to ask me, okay? And being an airline fanatic, being an airline fanatic, I'm happy where I am. I don't see any need to change. Okay, so I'm at 160 knots. I'm down nice and low, so I'm in a good position to come in and do a lovely ILS approach into Ksan and hopefully get my rating and pass my exam and become a official airline pilot and qualified to fly the RJ100 for a virtual airline somewhere. But it's not finished yet. I've got to do a landing yet. I've got to do a nice ILS approach. Got a bit of sunstrike coming in here. Got a bit of sunstrike. I'm going to have to deal with that. I don't want to have come all this way and not pass my exam. Peter says, quite agree with all your comments. Enjoy your landing. Well, it's very important, Peter. This could be the most important landing I've done for a long time. Because if I fail this and muck this one up, I've got to do my graduation initiation flight all over again. So let's hope I can do a nice ILS approach and a nice landing. And that's it. My profile will have passed and I will become an airline pilot in this career mode. And we can move on to greater things. Hopefully get a job with an airline flying the RJ100. Not sure which airline yet. Jet and Airways doesn't have the RJ, but other airlines do. Okay, one more turn to the left and we'll be on finals. So let's come down to intercept the ILS approach. Let's get our speed down a little bit more. Bit of sunstrike, bit murky and cloudy out there, but I think we'll be fine. Around to the left and then we are on finals. This is it, guys. This is it. Nice to see you, Peter. Long time no speaky, long time no see. Hope all is good with you. Hope you're well, everything is good. Enjoying your flying. Right, so we are on finals. Let's check everything here. Now you don't get diamonds, I notice, you get little blips. And on the 737s, the other planes, you get diamonds. But I've got these little blips. So very soon I'm going to hit my approach hold and hopefully we will lock on. We will lock on to the ILS. Onto those little blips. In fact, I might even hit approach hold now. There we go. Approach hold is being engaged. I'm going to bring my speed down a little bit more. 135 knots. We can see the Ksan airport ahead through the haze there. See the PAPI lights flashing away. And hopefully we lock on to the ILS. The plane will dip down and lock on to the approach. The little blips are coming down now, so we should see the plane sort of dip down and intercept and lock on as we come in. Flaps down, yes. Flaps down. Alan here is double checked. We are cleared for land. Thank you, Alan. You've been a fantastic co-pilot today, helping me get my certification and graduate as an airline pilot. Okay, so the plane has dipped down and intercepted and locked onto the ILS, so that is good. We've just got to watch our speed now. Got to watch our speed as we come in. A beautiful day here at San Diego. Right, I'm going to hit the record mode. Oh, I haven't got the record mode on, but if I go into here, general options, experimental. Okay, go back, resume. It's funny, it's not showing. Record mode says it's on, but it's actually, oh, there it is, up there, replay. Okay, so let's start that. It's more like a record mode than a replay mode, but here we go. Right, we're getting close. Our speed is good. We are locked on. We're coming down. Get ready to disengage the autopilot, the auto throttle, and the flight director. And that'll be it, guys. Fingers crossed. Fingers crossed for me. Okay, autopilot off, auto throttle off, flight director off. I have the plane. Not going to talk here, I'm going to concentrate because there is a lot riding on this landing. My whole type rating, to be honest. So it's got to be as good as I can get it, guys. Well, that was it. Not too bad. I think it was a bit of a heavy bump. I don't know whether that's just the plane, the sound and the way it is in the RJ, but I did sort of hear quite a loud bump as I hit the runway. I didn't think it was that hard a landing. But we can have a look at the replay just to see how we went. See whether you think my landing would have got a pass or not, guys. Don't be too honest though, okay? Try and be kind. I'm only an amateur, okay? I'm in my career mode. Okay, so let's stop it and let's go back to play, and we will watch our landing and see how well we did or how well we didn't do. We've seen it from the inside, so this time we're going to have a look from the outside. Look at that. Doesn't that look incredible? Just stunning, isn't it? Right, let's have a look as we come in. Let's hope it was a nice soft landing. See what you think, guys. I probably did a lot of things wrong, but that's fine. I'm still studying, I'm still learning, and we will improve as we go. Right, well, I don't think that was too bad, guys. I don't think that was too bad. For me, anyway. Bring our flaps up there. I think that would be a pass in my book. Maybe not in your book. But in my book, I think that's a pass. Okay, so let's taxi to the gate, and then that will be mission complete. That will be mission completo in my career mode as I progress to become a airline pilot, type rated and certified to fly the RJ100. That was my graduation flight from KLAX to KSAN, and I'm quite happy with that. I think that was my best effort. I've only done it's my first official flight from KLAX to KSAN. I had a bit of a practice, but I didn't do the full flight. I didn't complete the full flight, so this is my first actual full run, and I think it went okay. I can only get better from here. Looks like a busy day here at San Diego. I'm going to park at, I'm not going to Jet In head office. The big airline, the big virtual airline Jet In Airways' head office is down here, but I'm not cleared to park there today. Beautiful day here at San Diego. Right, well there we are guys, we are parked right on the dot, almost right on the dot where we're supposed to be. Almost. Let's make sure our park braker's on. There we go. Park braker's on. And I'm going to go through and I can't seem to click those now. What's going on with my mousy here? Something's going on with my mousy. Anyway, we'll work on that later. I need to do some more study on shutdown. But that's my career mode, guys. I'm going to continue to work and study the RJ100 until I get really good at it. I've already done the cold and dark startup according to the manual on the other video. If you go back, you will see that on the channel. But I need to do some more study as far as all the systems and the shutdown, navigation, just about every aspect of this plane. I still need to do more work and more study. And that's why I've called this profile a career mode, because it's just going to go on and on. And that's part of the fun, just learning as we go and doing the study, doing the hard yards. But it is a lot of fun. Hope you enjoyed that video, guys. Day 3 of my career mode as an airline pilot. Doing this trip and the ILS approach and the landing. I am now certified and rated to fly the RJ100 for a virtual airline in Microsoft Flight Simulator. So I'm going to look for an airline to fly, and while I'm flying for that airline, I can learn more, do more training, do more study, and that's part of the career. So I hope you enjoyed that. Follow along as I progress, maybe work my way up to a Jet Airways 737 or a 777 or a 747. Who knows? It's going to be fun. Thanks for watching. Leave a comment, leave a like if you liked it. Thanks for watching, and I will see you on the next video. Take care, guys. Enjoy your flying, enjoy your flight simulator, whether it's 2020 X-Plane or 24. Have fun and just enjoy yourself. Happy flying, guys. Over and out. Over.